Rube's Observations brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Another championship, second one in 8 years. Eagles 40, Chiefs 22. It wasn't that close. It was a 34-0 game in the middle of the third quarter. Chiefs got some lame touchdowns at the end, but this was all in all a dominating performance by the Eagles in all phases. And it's kind of a shame the final score doesn't reflect exactly how much they dominated, but it doesn't really matter. Eagles are Super Bowl champs for the second time in 8 years after never winning a Super Bowl. We'll start with Jalen Hurts, and he was magnificent in a different way than he was magnificent in his last Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Chiefs dared the Eagles to beat them with the passing game. They stacked the box against Saquon. He did not have a big game. Dared Jalen to make throws in the air, and he did it. And Steve Spagnuolo's blitzes didn't affect him. I thought Jalen made great decisions. He moved well in the pocket. He ran the ball great, 72 yards, most ever by a quarterback in a Super Bowl. And he made big throws when he had to make big throws. Now, when the defense stacks the box and dares the quarterback to throw, and this hasn't been a big-time passing offense all year, but he rose to the occasion. 5 completions of 20 yards or more, a long touchdown to Devontae, another touchdown to AJ. He had a rushing touchdown and just handled himself beautifully in the world's biggest stage. He's 26 years old. When you think about all the great quarterbacks who either never won one at all or won one late in their careers, Jalen's been to 2 in 4 years as a starter. He's won 1, and he's still really a young quarterback just getting started in his career. What he could do by the time all is said and done is frightening. He has a chance to go down as one of the all-time greats. He's really on track to get there. Next thing we got to talk about is the defense, and they gave some trash points at the end. I don't care about those. They shut down Patrick Mahomes when it mattered. The first time he completed a pass over 11 yards was in the middle of the third quarter. It was 34-0. So it was really garbage time. He padded his stats, but you just look at what happened up until that point. The ball game was over at 34-0, certainly in the middle of the third quarter. And this defense just harassed him into mistakes, into throwing the ball away. He took 6 sacks. He turned the ball over 3 times, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Threw a pick 6 to the rookie, Cooper DeJean. The defensive front, sweaty, 2.5 sacks. Milton Williams had a forced fumble. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, BG was in there. The whole group, Jordan Davis had a sack. They pressured Patrick Mahomes like he's never been pressured. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even go through his progressions for most of this game. They dominated that O-line of the Chiefs. Really an elite performance. Vic Fangio came in, and this defense was in shambles. And the combination of Howie getting talent, 8 new starters, and Vic knowing exactly what to do with them, turned the 26th ranked defense in the league. Remember the playoffs last year, 32 points to Tampa, and just completely turned it around. And the final thing, just a moment on Nick, Howie, and Jeffrey, because without those 3 guys in place in the most important spots in the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, what he's done since buying this team is remarkable. Think about this, since 2000, since the year 2000, it's 25 years, Eagles have had 5 losing seasons and 4 Super Bowl trips. So they're at the point under Jeff Lurie where they're just as likely to make a Super Bowl as have a losing season. And what a place that is. He gives all the resources the front office needs, hires great coaches. He's really developed a culture of winning in the NovaCare complex. It all starts with him. He put Howie in charge and then put him in charge again in 2016. And Howie has been magnificent, and he just keeps building Super Bowl teams. That's 2 in 8 years. He's built 2 completely separate Super Bowl rosters, 3 if you include 22, which is a really different team than this year. So he's proven himself to be one of the greatest general managers in history. Not a lot of GMs have won 2 Super Bowls with different coaches and quarterbacks, and he's only the 4th to do that. Really remarkable performance by him. And then Nick, what can you say? There was a chance he was going to get fired after last year. We did not know until 9 days after the season ended if he'd be back. He came back. He worked on his deficiencies. He redrew his role into a CEO of the team, and then he crushed that role. And Nick Sirianni brought this team together in a really unique and special way. He got everybody to play for each other and to play for their team more than themselves. And we all saw the results Sunday night in New Orleans.